And here we
Oh,
are, episode 21.
that's right. It's I have no like funny jokes about like 21. I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, nothing. Anyway,
Don't,
hey.
yeah, hello.
Hello.
Good day. Well, it's been a day. I think for you, it's been a day.
Yeah.
A two coffee day, as you said.
A two
You
coffee
can leave it
day.
at that if you want.
No, I can share. Our basement got broken into, so it's been a lot of calls, a lot of figuring stuff out, like what's missing, what's not, how do we get their lock replaced, and that and so on. So,
All those fun things.
yep. It's also like as my partners are traveling, so they went downstairs to be like, hey, I'm gonna pick up my hiking backpack from like the downstairs storage. And it's like, why is the lock broken?
Hey,
you know.
this is strange. This is unusual. Spider
Yep.
sense is tingling.
Also, I'm playing the parts in like 4 hours, so it's like they were like stressing out, like it's a lot of stuff. But now we're here, things are sorted for the most part. So, hello.
Any day there's a flight involved for me is stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I
How
suppose we
how
can. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
oh how are you about phone calls?
about
Like,
phone calls.
do they stress you out? Or are you like, nah, that's easy, I don't mind?
Like Zoom calls or just like normal phone calls?
Like calling people on the phone.
Oh, I don't know. Pretty normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard it's a common ADHD thing. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, phone calls? No."
I know. So the one thing I've noticed with it is mainly video is
Mhm.
super draining, because
Mm,
I try to pay attention to all the movement and stuff. It's just a lot of stimulus. And
right.
so it takes a big energy hit. Even now I can see myself
Right.
moving and like how am I interacting? I'm just like observing it. Uh so yeah, Zoom calls are, but phone calls I don't. Well, to be fair, I don't get a lot of phone calls. It's
right.
usually my mom or
Right. Right.
wife.
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Got it.
and
Got it.
I had to get used to them a little bit because, well, it actually, sadly, my light phone, so my dumb phone, not
Oh
smartphone,
no. Yeah.
it died. It just won't.
No.
It bricked. It like won't turn on. Nothing else. But
It's so sad.
so I'm back unfortunately to the iPhone for now. I just had to
Okay.
switch the SIM card, which was super easy.
Okay.
But yeah, a little sad. Little
Are you thinking of going what? You had a light phone too, or was that
yeah.
the latest one?
It's the second. The third one is
Okay.
still, I think, coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do you think you'll pick that one up?
Maybe eventually.
Okay.
Eventually. I usually go through these spurts where I'll be on it for like anywhere from 6 months to a year.
Okay.
I think 18 months was the longest. And then I just get annoyed with like, oh, you go into the like urgent care, which is like a quick doctor to visit here. And they're
Right.
like, oh, well, scan this code and log yourself in. And I'm like, well, I can't do that. So I guess you're going to have to do that,
Mhm.
which I think they should do anyway. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me fill out 8 pages of paperwork where you're gonna take me back to the doctor and they're gonna ask me these questions. You
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I digress.
I see. That makes sense. Yes.
All right, so to focus here, we're gonna be working on the Wasm Cloud stuff. The first thing we're gonna try to do, probably we'll be able to do, is get our component that was not built with what was the worst command? Wasn't built with that to work on Wasm Cloud locally. So we'll have to,
Mhm.
wash up or wash up to get the environment up, and then
Mhm.
we'll take a look at putting Wasm Cloud on a cluster, so an AKS cluster, and then
Yeah.
deploying it there. Um, yeah, so let's dive in. Let me share my screen and we'll just kick it off.
Sounds good.
Clicking
When
screen.
you said, what was it like? Let's focus. I was like, or let like something about like being on topic, and I was like, you and I.
Momentarily on topic is
Right.
is
Right.
the
Right.
best we can do.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been contemplating. It's like, I don't know. It's been harder to focus lately. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes you just need to focus. And it's like, maybe I should take some medication again. just maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Have you have you been on medication in the
I have
past?
before, yeah, like off and
Okay.
on.
Uh,
Mainly like early college days and then kind of randomly throughout adulthood. I've taken it. So it kind of comes and
nice.
goes. Like sometimes I have just periods where just can't seem to focus very well. Like it's like abnormally difficult. And then other times it's fine.
That makes sense. Yeah, I've heard people like tend to like vary their doses.
Mhm.
My partner just started their meds and it seems to be helping a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, and also I mean there's a lot of different ones that you can do and try to figure out which one works best.
Yeah.
Some of them don't agree with me. So one thing that I've done instead of normal medication is nootropics, and those work fairly decently.
Mhm.
But for whatever reason lately, no dice.
Oh no.
No dice. I don't
Yeah,
know if
my
they're just like
partner
wore off. Oh, go ahead.
my partner had about like several different medications and like some of them like made them like so sleepy, just like sleeping 12 hours a day, you know.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
Hmm.
We just yeah, and then you don't even wake up refreshed after the 12 hours. You just like
Yeah.
I could go back to sleep.
Yep.
I have had that feeling. Caffeine will do that to me too if I have too much. It doesn't make me jittery. It just knocks me out. Like I'm going to sleep now after 300 milligrams of caffeine.
That's so funny. Like for me, I can't sleep within like I need a 12-hour buffer between coffee and sleep
Oh,
because otherwise
interesting.
it's not happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally opposite for me. It's a tranquilizer for me if I have too much.
So funny.
All right. So we've got our hello. And each of these, if we remember back to spin, each of them have kind of their own um, config files, so to speak. So there's the WASM Cloud TOML, and then there's the WATM
Yes.
file, and those are important for running it on the WASM Cloud platform that we have locally, and probably
Hmm.
maybe they have a hosted offering that you can push it to, or maybe you just install it elsewhere. I would imagine that's how it would be: is you would deploy it to your cluster as the platform, and then you can interact with it there.
Hmm.
And so that's what that file does. I assume it would be different. We'll probably just change some properties when the community's point of view. So
Okay.
that's the hello app. We had our simple hello here
Hmm.
that we deployed our component. So what we need to do is to kind of reference these files and do it for the WASI Clippy. But before we do that, we should probably look at the commands and see if there's anything that can help us to do that. So I think
Oh,
I'm in the WASI Clippy because it would be nice if you could just point it at an existing component and then it would generate the files. I don't know if that's the case.
good
So
question.
I guess we could take a quick look at the documentation just to see if anything pops out. Components.
See CLI WASH down there.
Where? What did I miss it?
Oh, in the drop down or in the side menu, CLI brackets WASH.
Oh, here we go. App list. That's a little bit
Hmm.
easier to read. I wonder if build has new component. Do they have anything for an existing update component?
Oh, maybe.
Let's take a look. Updated component running
Oh,
in a host. No.
okay.
Okay, so
That's
that
like
would be to
a
switch the
deploy.
versions of the component. Yeah,
Got it.
that's helpful though. Plugin. I wonder what
Yeah.
new component. I wonder if this will accept. Because for spin, there wasn't a command either. We just kind of made our own file, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably the case. Oh, Teams, why are you randomly restarting on my right screen? Anyway, back to,
I like the pattern that Cargo has. Or Cargo has a new command that creates a
Mhm.
new sub directory and an init command that says, "Hey, you already have an existing directory. You just like to add some Rust, you know." And then
Yeah,
it initializes in place.
that would be nice. I don't see any in it though.
Nope.
No go in it. So if we look at here, let's say we'll probably need the WATM file.
Mhm.
That might be the only thing that we do need.
I see a local WASM YAML and a WASM cloud.toml.
Yep. I
Don't know
wonder.
if
Well,
either
yeah,
of
we'll
those
probably
matter.
need this. Let's start with the WATM YAML. I think these two, the local, they
Okay,
look
those look the
very
same,
identical.
right?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
targets down here are the same, the addresses and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So I would assume you would update the wadum.yaml for your hosted or wherever your actual cluster would be instead of local. Let's give it a try. So let's create a new file. Wadum YAML. And do you name your YAML files YAML or YML? What side of the camp are you on?
So I don't name any YAML files.
I just
Whatever camp you're
don't-
on, I'm your enemy. Like,
I
no, we're not
don't
doing
do
this.
YAML, period.
Yeah,
I refuse. All right.
that's right. That's right.
Let's take this and paste it in here. And don't act like you're not impressed with my custom VS Code Vim bindings that are over 200 lines now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
should, before we forget, here we go.
Have you ever seen that commercial for like there's this like I think it's like either like 90s or 2000s where it's
Okay.
like the new car so and so has more lines of code than a fighter jet. And it's like everyone is like, oh my god, that's not a good thing, you know. You're like, I've got 200 lines of config, and I'm like, oh no.
It's impressive. Don't act like you're not impressed. That's
I mean,
another Anchorman quote, by the way. When I say that,
okay.
yeah. I don't actually mean it. It's to be funny. Yeah.
See, I legitimately thought you meant it, and I was like,
that makes it even better.
I just feel bad for you, I guess. Like, yeah. I wish it wasn't needed. I love the outcome, but like, oh god, I'm not going to maintain that for me, you know.
Yeah, it'll probably disappear in a little while, and I'll go back to just clicking around. Because anyway, let's stay on task here.
Yes.
So we've got this component. We're moved into the WASM file, the WASM clippy. So what do we potentially need to change here? I don't think we'll need to change the API, the name.
Nothing except for a path, I think.
We want to change the name, won't we?
I mean, that's if we are trying to behave, you know.
Yeah.
I
don't know what all these these are just annotations. They're probably not. I don't know if they're used. Well, sign up they're used by deleting them.
Yeah.
Category. We'll just say we don't need these things. I don't think it was in local. So this is going to be this is the image. So this would be the outcome of the build command.
And it's signed.
And it's signed. Ours will not be signed. We should figure out how to
It might be. It might be.
So image is used. This is the pre-compiled version of the component.
Because we're like when we ran it locally, it also signed the image. I don't know what that means because I don't know how they're doing their signatures.
Right. So let's see here. File for ours. If we look at, would we be in target? Because we have our WASM file already built, I believe. Deep.
So we want to do a release wash build.
In here,
I'd say let's start doing a wash build first and see what happens. Because we do wash build with an existing app and something like comes out of that. And then we should do a cargo component build and see if we can make it point to that. I think that is the right sort of hierarchy because we don't change too much in one step.
Okay, so we need the TOML.
There we go.
To build. So let's hide you. We'll do this, and then here we need the TOML.
WASM Cloud TOML.
WASM Cloud TOML. And then we need a new file. And we want to save. Oh, no. We want to save this somewhere. Oh, did it kill it? Both of them? It did. Silly. Okay.
Whenever you say like stay on topic, I find it to be like challenge impossible because I'm like, ooh, what you do with your keys? And I'm like, I know you'll like answer it, and I'm like, oh god, no, hold it back.
There we go. So we need this to be GitHub. Why you make this so hard? VS Code. All right. Why is it clippy? There we go. And this was. Do you remember what it was? It was a Wasm
Wasmcloud.toml.
Wasmcloud.toml. Right? Yeah. Okay.
It might have a dash in between, but let's validate.
No. Okay. So here's the hello Wasmcloud.toml, and here's ours.
Okay.
So I'll change the name. It is Rust. It is a component.
Mm-hmm.
You want to target preview 2 or preview 1?
Wasm target, Wasm 32, Wazi preview 2.
And do we have a world defined in R?
No. Well, good question.
Well, here,
I don't know.
The WASI clippy source code. There's the lib. That would be.
So
that would be in the wit, or that wouldn't be in the lib, would it?
So we don't define our own world. We're like exporting the this macro right here is one that I wrote. It's just a very fancy way of wrapping. Like it exports the HTTP proxy world is what we're exporting.
I wonder what world is used for.
Just keep that the same for now and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
And then Wasm target is also interesting because I don't believe it uses the the actual Wasm 32 like target, but it's like doing some sort of combat stuff at the moment. Still, so 8 days from now, that's going to get fixed. By the way.
Okay. Oh, it created a sign thing. So there must be a bunch of. It takes this and says, "Here, this is how we're going to build a component." I assume it then. The wash command is using cargo component at some point, or is it doing something? It's doing something very similar.
Oh, check this out! It's still named it build/hello wazi HTTP.
Yeah, it signed it.
Yeah. But why? But why they call it that? So it's wazi clippy build hello wazi.
Oh yeah, why did it call it hello?
Yeah.
Did I not save? No,
I don't know.
Huh? Interesting.
Round again, maybe? Or maybe it's the other file that has something to do with it.
Hello, Wazi HTTP.
We have two config files, right?
One that we did, because I didn't save the other one.
Oh, wadam.yaml has not been saved?
Yeah, let's just remove that and see what happens. Let's see if build will run without that. It does.
Oh, wild.
Because that's used to deploy it. And that's kind of like that's kind of the manifest, Kubernetes manifest equivalent is that file. So it shouldn't be needed to build. I am curious what's not honoring name.
Can you delete the build there and like try again?
Like such?
Yep.
Okay. Stop it.
Maybe it is looking wadam.yaml. Oh, there is none. Cargo toml?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Hello, Wazi HTTP.
That's why.
That makes sense.
Is this from your code?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we need to change the package name here.
Yep. And then one more.
Oh,
you missed one. Line 11. Yay, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Right.
So now we have build. We have our signed component, Wasm file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. YZ clip yes. This one. Okay.
Yep.
So now we would need to deploy it, and now is when we would need the item file.
Okay.
So I don't think there's any way to generate that.
We
Because
can
if we were
copy
to
it over.
do like lash, was it up?
I think so.
And then we needed, so we got to keep that running.
Mhm.
And we'll split it again, and then we'll do just see what happens. I assume it's going to give us unrecognized. What was the deploy command? If we go to quick start, we do up, new component, we did on that, build, we've built it. Oh, app deploy.
There we go.
Oh, and then you need to point it at the WATM file. So we need the WATM file.
Okay.
So let's take this. Ammo. No. Projects. GitHub.
Was it Clippy? There.
Okay. Hide some of this stuff. Quit that. Name. We don't need, we'll just leave description. Component. Our file is going to be
Was he Clippy _s?
Look in our build directory. Come on, Copilot, keep up. There's the dash dash. All right, that should be it because it just needs the artifact to deploy,
and that's going to pull server.
Yep, that's the server portion. We could. So this is how you define a local file, which is cool and good to know. And then, or we could push it to GHCR, which is what we had to do in the spin scenario because we were deploying to AKS.
It's nice. I like this. They've separated the build step from the deploy step very neatly.
I do like that decoupling. That helps the cognitive load.
Yes.
For me, anyway, it helps. So now we can do flash app deploy. No tab complete. Okay.
You can install it. I saw like a subcommand for like fish shell, so you can like install the autocompletes.
Oh, you know what? Side quest. You said fish.
Or Z shell. Oh, what?
This is a Steam Deck, and it has fish.
Oh, lovely.
It has a desktop mode. It has Vim.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. We'll leave it there. We can talk more about that later. Look, we're in the middle of something.
HTML mapped to the joystick? No?
I haven't tried it yet. I was scared. I opened up Vim and I had, controller thumbstick, and I was like, how? How will this work? But it accepts Bluetooth, so it's meant you can plug it in any USB-C dock, and then I can play it like I would a computer, that's why I got it, because it can be portable, but I can also just
kind of fun.
Play it like all the games that I normally play played for the last 15 years have been PC games.
Oh hell yeah!
So, and then I have all my Steam progress, so if I wanted to do like Skyrim or something, I could just pull up my old character from 10 years ago.
Oh, my keyboard finally shipped. It's in the mill now. Yeah,
in the mill. You're 30% keyboard to be more.
That's specific. That's right. 36 keys.
That's impressive. You'll have to let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm and I'm up to 20. Well, fluctuating between 12 and 20 words per minute with
That's
like all keys. Yeah, monkey type with like the new canary layout.
Nice.
Yeah, I've have almost 8 hours of like trading in in KeyBR, just like doing exercises over like the last. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, okay. I wanted to share.
I was just gonna issue that command before I forgot. That is good. That's good progress.
Yeah.
So we're pending.
Okay.
Not deployed.
Not deployed.
Well,
Huh.
I mean, it's deploying, but I think there might be an issue.
Let's
But we'll
see what's happening.
One entry.
I have to admit that the exploding sign makes me think that something's wrong.
Yeah, it does. Makes me think something blew up.
Yes.
But I appreciate the like the icons there. It's it's just red.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that means actually, but I would imagine it means something bad.
No, that's just the logo of WATM.
Oh, that's gonna make me think I'm doing something wrong all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's curl over here. Did we define a port?
Not inside of the component, but yes.
Shut down. Cannot connect. So here's where the port is exposed on the server side. Okay, so it is expecting 8080. Does the application, the WASI Clippy, expect a port? Or does it just take whatever the server gives it?
It just takes whatever.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it does, and there shouldn't be anything on. Yep, because it's all on 8080. So we have some failed to invoke the incoming handler, which was this. So does our WASI Clippy know how to interact with that interface?
Yeah, it should.
Okay.
That's a standard. So we validated that if you like run it inside WASM time, it's very happy because it's a standard WebAssembly, or it's a standard HTTP proxy component.
Okay.
And what we saw is that should be the same thing.
I wonder if we can get any logs from in here.
That's a good question. Maybe WATM or wash logs or something.
Unrecognized. And well, I think in the tutorial it had something about logs.
Yeah.
Log
files.
Hey. Thanks. Okay.
Oh,
so,
we have the thing still running, right? The terminal.
Oh yeah. Which one was that in?
Yep, somewhere.
It should be. So let's stop that.
Huh?
I don't. Maybe it stopped actually. Yeah, it must have stopped. So let's start it back up. Let's do this so we can toggle terminals a little bit easier. I'll create a new one here.
But do we still have pgrep WASM Cloud?
Let's see here. I'm just gonna. I think it's all done. I'm gonna just spin it all the way down, spin it all the way up.
Yep, good. Because we ran into that exact thing like last time, right?
Yeah, where it said it was. Here's our errors. Because the component's still deployed.
Is it?
Provider. Yeah. So if we look at, let's over here, spin up the UI. So we still see it pending. Okay. So we spun it down, but it still had a registered application trying to deploy to it. So it kept it there.
Okay.
And there's the configs. So it's still there. We just basically restarted the server. And then here.
Is that the right config?
What's that?
No, it says Rust Hello World default. That's not what we called it.
That's just the config's name. The component providers, HTTP servers. Yeah, I don't see any components.
Which config? Didn't we change it to WASI Clippy?
Should have. Let's close that.
Sorry, it's just more like we don't know what's going wrong, and I'm seeing something that seems off.
There it is.
Oh, hello.
The old one.
Other IO error. Oh no, check it out. No.
Oh, sorry.
Can you pull that back, please? That had an answer that was telling us what was wrong.
Yeah, well, I'll just have to start it all over again and redeploy.
Okay.
So let me get all my windows set up here. Let's do this.
It was giving us errors from inside of the component.
Yep. So let's start here. And we'll close that. I think we'll do this. Okay, so we've got 2 terminals. This one, we're going to keep it up. I'm not going to hide it at all. So let's do the wash down just to make sure everything's down. Looks like it is. Spin it up.
Okay.
And we will start hold on. We'll start the dashboard. So this is the server, like the platform. And over here, we'll do the UI. So we'll keep the UI running.
Address already in use. Well, we didn't spin down the UI.
Okay, so it's still available. So if we just...
It might not. Oh,
it's still there. Yep. Huh. So dashboard's still up. I wonder how you...
Okay.
Hold on one second. Can you down up the dashboard?
No.
Okay, fine. Now we need to deploy the app. So app deploy, and then our WADM file. Okay, deployed. So in here's where the log should go for it.
See, I don't know where those errors were coming from, but those were the right things to look at.
Yep. It was actually this.
But the previous one, right?
Yeah, with the previous one. So do we need to kick anything to get it to generate the logs? I think when we curl
88 again.
Incoming handler. We getting anything? Error, config. Does any of that look familiar?
I'm reading.
Okay. Failed to shut down.
Can you scroll up in the bottom one?
Sure, let me do this.
Config changed, receiver errored. This means that the config sender has dropped and the whole bundle has failed. Error equals channel closed. I don't know how to interpret that, but I think it means the deployment of the thing we're trying to deploy has failed. And yet the health says pending, which is confusing.
Well, I think that's the server. If we look at the...
Oh, right.
What's the name? HTTP server. Is it provider? I don't see provider listed in here, but there's 2 elements of this WADM file.
Yeah.
Make sure we get the right one. There's our component, which is the Rust Hello World.
Did we edit the wrong one?
I think we might have.
Okay. So wait, can you scroll down, further down? Let's look at the source. Yeah, okay, that would explain it.
there's no source. And yeah, this path. Yep.
So just copy the other one into here.
I don't even know. I think I closed it. Where would it be?
In the
Was it this one?
YAML? Yeah, be that one.
Yeah, we did this one.
Okay, we had the wrong one. Tried to deploy the wrong thing. Therefore, it doesn't exist. Therefore, the HTTP server can never start the component because it doesn't exist.
One of these days, I'll remember the registry. Okay. So let's just take a peek again. Path is correct. WASI Clippy, WADM.yaml.
Okay.
We have our name. We have our new file.
Yep. Can you ls the build there?
Sure. It exists.
Yep. Oh, and it was succeeding. Wait, what? Hello WASI HTTP was succeeding, I think. Oh, no, it had a different name. Okay. Okay. So it exists.
Okay, so deploy WADM
Deployed.
deployed it.
Okay.
Oh, and now we
Refresh.
have a component. Before, see, it
Hey.
never was able to launch the component.
Yep.
And now we have another config for our Rust
Hey.
hello, and then our WASI Clippy. So this must be, that was from the first attempt, I would imagine, where the config got there, but then it couldn't find the component. So the component never made it
Correct.
deployed. Got it.
Now we can curl it.
Now it's making sense. Curl.
Localhost 8080-D, a little bit of data.
So we still got the error.
Failed to invoke.
Oh, I bet it's because the other app's still deployed and it's taking that path.
Oh, yeah. That would make
So
sense.
App. What other, is there a delete?
App hep.
Please
help me.
Help me delete.
Undeploy.
Delete.
Oh.
Oh, now we're gonna need our old WASM file back. Let's see. Undo.
Do we?
Redo. Yeah. Well, because it needs a WASM file to point to when you do app.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, delete does?
I believe so. Well, let's find out. That was my assumption.
I think if you do the right-hand one,
name of the
name.
application or the path.
We just
So
need
the
name.
name would be, was it hello from Rust or something like that?
Rust hello world HTTP.
Okay.
Can I ask you to type in the right-hand window? the little
Sure. Let me just
super
close this
broad, but thin is like
close.
yes. Okay.
This one.
Okay.
You want this one?
Yeah, I want that one.
App delete hello underscore.
Oh, can you do? Maybe there's a list command.
Oh, list.
And we can copy the name. Undeploy the other one as well, or delete the other one, and then redeploy it.
Okay, delete both.
Yeah.
Okay, delete WASI
Clippy, I think.
Deleted.
Okay.
And
can we confirm in the UI? Just for fun. Yep. Great. Perfect.
Oh, nothing.
As expected.
Let's review this because I tinkered.
Oh.
So we got the name, we got the file. That all looks right.
Why did you change the name to HTTP-component?
I don't think we ever corrected this one.
Oh. I don't know if we need to either. Like, I don't know what that name is for.
I'd imagine it modifies over here. We'll find out. Let's pay attention and see what the idea is. But we have the name, we have the file. It's our primary things that we need. We can scale it. Okay. So now we redeploy.
Okay.
App, deploy, and the WADM file. Unable to parse. Oh, let's see here.
Oh. Okay. That makes sense.
Still right? Okay. I think it is. Deployed. We'll look at here, and it should have the provider, which would have been the server.
Still pending.
Still pending.
Uh-huh.
The component is there.
Yep.
Oh, and it takes the name of this
that,
and then appends this.
Okay, I like that.
So
I think you shouldn't just call it HTTP component. They should call it like handler or something, I think, or proxy probably would be better, but doesn't matter. This may not work because it's still pending. It does.
It does work.
Okay, now we can give it some data.
Yes, we can.
Yay. Okay. Whoa, what?
No, data didn't pass. Did I do it right? -T?
Yeah, I think so. What? Huh. Wait, hold on. Can we post? Yeah. On the left-hand side, allowed methods, get, post, put, delete, head options. No, I'm reading the logs.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You see that? Allowed methods.
Yeah. Where's methods?
A little
Oh,
bit
here we go.
There. Yeah. And says, okay, yeah, post should be allowed. And we, with -D, we do in fact do a post. Is it uppercase D? I don't think it is, right? It's just like regular D.
I don't think it is. I've never had to do that before.
Pretty sure we have at some point.
Maybe it doesn't.
Huh.
Does it need to be double quotes? No, it doesn't look like it's taken it.
Funny. It's missing half of the little speech bubble. Maybe it's a glitch in the
maybe it's
in
the terminal.
Yeah.
So what if we do super small terminal?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
No. Oh, that's funny.
Interesting.
Huh. Just to validate, if we run it locally, so if you go into WASI Clippy in the here and we say WASM times serve.
Make sure I need to install WASM time. Is that a cargo component, right? Cargo.
No.
That's a different download. Let me find it.
Yeah.
WASM time.dev.
Yep.
Install.
That's one.
I think it still has bash on here. Probably need to start a new terminal. Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have WASM time.
Yep.
WASM time serve.
Serve, and then we pointed at the build /
WASI Clippy S. Because that's the one it's using, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get environment, the wrong type. Function implementation is missing.
Yeah. That would be. We need to enable the capabilities for this.
Oh, okay. I remember now. What are the commands for that?
I think it's -S CLI. If you pass that
to the serve.
Yeah, capital S -S CLI.
Like that?
Yeah, I think so.
That works.
Okay. Oh, and wait, no, that's 8080 localhost. Okay, but now can we curl that? Because that also doesn't look right.
Let's see here. New terminal and area.
Don't we have the existing, the other one? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, the actual terminal. So curl.
000
Wait,
8080.
they're both on 80, so I'm going to need to stop one, right?
No, one's localhost, the other one's like public host.
Okay.
But assuming you have a firewall, like you can't actually receive connections there.
This should work, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pass data.
Okay. And now let's try this again. But instead of this, because it used to work.
Yeah, it might be in how it built the component, right? Because the wash command built the dash, built the component, compiled the component with the _s to it. So could it have been how it compiled the component?
Like that's the question. Like, is the source broken or is the wash command doing something different? I don't see how it could change it, but potentially.
Well, we could just do like cargo build and then like run
cargo component build.
Yeah. Cargo component.
If you have cargo component.
I think I do. Well, let's just see.
Yeah.
Build and then.
That's it.
Okay. And then they put it into the debug folder. So we would do the same serve command, but we just go. Was it target?
WASM 32, WASM P1.
Target. Yep. Okay. Was it P1?
Debug.
And then the WebAssembly WASM. Right? Okay.
Yep, that's right.
And
And
we
curl
can curl
again.
up here.
It's our component.
That's our component. So it might just be the version that I pulled down for this particular experiment. I don't know when. Maybe I need a pull.
Something's broken.
Yeah. It's up to date.
Let's take a look in the code. Because you built it. Maybe the dependencies have been updated. Maybe I messed something up.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see here.
That means we need to fix our code, and it's not a problem of the thing.
We want to look at the lib in WebClippy.
Yeah.
Okay.
String outgoing response. Scroll. Outgoing stream. Ferris says immediate output. And then, yeah, no, this all looks good.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to look at?
Maybe a new version of Ferris has been published, which is broken, but says 031. Oh, by Michael Kutosi. Cool. Creates.io. Almost 2 years ago. Damn. But then dependencies. Small back text wrap. Unicode width. 5 months. 3 years. 3 months. No idea. I don't know. We probably messed something up. We don't have to debug that now. We can fix that off stream.
Okay.
But we properly A/B tested it, I think. You know, where we know it's not a WASM cloud issue.
It's definitely our component issue.
Yeah, exactly. We can fix that, I'm sure. Yay. Okay. Good doing. How are we on time?
We got about 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we want to make a little bit of a headway into deploying it as an operator?
We certainly could. I am curious what the difference is here, though.
The difference where?
Well, with like what's wrong with the component?
Oh, it's probably something silly.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
let's find out.
I definitely made some changes at some point, and maybe I forgot to validate them. It's sort of like once it's like in Rust code, and once it's like Rust code that I know I've written, I'm like, oh, did I pay attention? Yes or no? And the answer is kind of like, yeah, not really. So
fair enough.
Is it a good version? Probably not. It's fine.
Trying to think if I had a version stored. I guess we could go back through the commits to one that worked. Anyway, we
have the publish component.
Oh, that's true. So let's just do that. Can you give me a link?
It's under my GitHub.
Okay.
It'll be quicker this way if you still have me on here somewhere.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yep, that's me. And then packages.
That's right.
Yep. Let's Clippy.
Let's take this.
And that's the URL.
And we get to test this out. So this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at, I believe it's in the WADM file. And why is it Clippy?
Mm-hmm.
We change this.
Yep.
To that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so let me clear some space. This is the serve. We want to kill that because we're testing. Now let's take down the other one. So,
or maybe it's an update.
Oh yeah, we can check out the update command. Is it app update or just update? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Deploy. I don't see any update.
Okay.
Update a component running on a host to a newer version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I wonder if it'll let us use the WADM file. Let's find out. Update.
-- help.
That's what I just
update
did.
component -- help.
Component.
No.
Is it component?
It's update component. That's a lot of words.
What? Okay, let's see here. I missed example. There's the example. Component ID, new component reference. So would this be? This must be the image reference. Let's find out. Let's do
Oh,
it.
fun. Yeah.
Component ID. The component ID is. Oh, I closed the dashboard. Ha. Thank you, history. What would be the component ID? This whole thing.
If you do a list, it also shows.
Oh, that's good. Call out. And now we want to find the new reference. I wonder if we can just pass this.
Yes, that should be the case.
To it. I don't know if we need to put anything around it.
I don't believe so.
Updating component. Let's see what happened over here. Nothing.
Updating from file to GHCR.
You see that in here? Server log?
Yeah, well, that's the log message. If you do in the right-hand side, if you type in echo, specifically echo $? 0. Great. That means no error was yielded by this.
Good deal.
Yep. So
now we can crawl
again. Yeah. Okay, maybe that was also a broken version.
Maybe.
And I just broke it like when was it? July 12th. Before I published it. That's okay.
Seems weird.
Nah.
Can WasmTime run like from packages?
Not directly.
Okay. You gotta have to pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we don't need to go down that road. We will come. We'll circle back.
Yes.
Circle back.
We should really update, or I'd like to update the component to use wstd instead. I think it'll look a little nicer. But yeah, it's fine. It's good.
All right, let's shut all this down.
I like that we went through the motions of like publishing a thing, updating a thing, debugging a thing. You know.
Yes.
It's nice.
Now we just need to polish up the component a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hung around with us for a while now, so it's just time. Let's see. Kubernetes. I'll have to figure out where I found that operator guide. No, that's probably not it. Let's look for Kubernetes.
I'm gonna go take a quick bio break.
Okay, no problem. I'll try to find some docs.
All right.
And play some music. We're
Hello.
back.
Hi.
I found a new improvement we can do. So I can do this screen. Sorry for everybody listening. Well, the loading screen, but without the music for when we take a short break. Just as loading, I can change loading to be right back, and then it'll have a progress bar.
Oh, fun.
So,
like the Windows updater, like from back in the day.
That would be even better. If it was
just keeps on going.
It looks like we crashed with the Windows like restarting.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, we could prank some people, maybe on April Fools or something.
Maybe, yeah.
So I found the documentation. Let me share this in the chat. It seems like it's very similar. They're using a custom resource definition and operator.
Okay.
So out to the chat so we can see, which is great because then you can use it and interact like it in the way that you're familiar with if you're familiar with Kubernetes. I had one question. I'm just gonna let me save this.
Okay.
.txt. I'm just logging some questions.
Yes.
So it looks like there's this CRD, our operator, sorry, Kubernetes operator, blah, blah. How do we install? Desired state of the WASM cloud host connected to the same lattice. Requires a Kubernetes secret with the following keys. Okay. Is there, hopefully this continues on and walks you through that. Deploying the operator.
Bailey just got back to me. She's like, yeah, I'm in a meeting, but I can send someone else. I'm like, yeah, we've got like maybe like an hour, 10 minutes or so on a stream. So it's like,
well, maybe next time. I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities. But that was kind of her to get back to you. Okay, it looks like we need a NATS cluster. So we're going to use Helm. Well, here, first, let's connect to the spin cluster.
okay.
I'm also running on the assumption that there's going to be no issues running WASM Cloud and spin on the same cluster, which I don't think there will be. I can't foresee that being an issue.
Yeah.
Because it's just a different operator defined in the manifest deployed. So, okay, so now AZ get pods. I think I still have, not AZ get pods. So I'm mixing my commands. Okay, creating, that's fine. We don't care if it runs. But we're connected to the proper cluster. So we want to upgrade. NATS does not exist, so we're going to install it. It's installed. Validate the rollout. Waiting for 3 pods to be ready.
Okay.
Then we deploy WATM. We'll wait for that though. And then the operator. WATM to your cluster with a Helm chart hosted by WASM Cloud. Very nice.
So I'm if you hear me like click clacking in the background, it's like I'm typing with Bailey, the CTO of Cosmonic and like WASM Cloud. She's like, yeah, I want to go. And I'm like, yeah, here's what we're doing. She's like, oh yeah, I've got a script to set it up locally. I'm like, I think we're deploying it to AKS right now. Is there a script for that? Maybe. It's like,
that'd be nice,
right?
The docs are good though. So
yes,
pass on kudos that, well, previous docs writer here says docs are good.
Yes. Oh, that's a high compliment from one docs writer to another. Yeah.
Permission failed. Unexpected access denied. Are we missing? Expected. Okay, so we're getting. I'll clear that up just so we see.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if trying to figure out if I missed any commands.
Again, a great thing for the shell history thing, so we can like pull it back up and like look back in order. One
We'll be
day,
good.
one day.
One day. I'll get there.
I know.
If I wasn't dealing with debugging integration tests after this
Mm-hmm.
with GitHub Actions, which is always fun.
Yeah.
It feels like Helm install Atom.
Can we validate that WATM is installed? Can we validate that these things are correct somehow?
So that's what we're trying to do right now is install Atom onto the cluster.
Okay.
So the prereqs for it. If we look at here, for deploying the operators, we need a Nats cluster. We just did that, and that was successful. We waited for all 3 pods to create, and that's what this rollout command did right here.
Can we manually navigate to WASM Cloud Charts WATM tags list?
Yes.
Or something like that. Yeah. Because the 403 might mean that credentials aren't like valid. Like we have seen validation errors with GHCR before when it didn't have credentials or the thing wasn't public.
Yep. OCI. Stop it. So I can get to it just fine.
Okay.
I would assume. Let's see here.
But then there's get GHCR IO token scope repository, a bunch of stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could create it locally. I wonder what this. So is this an apply? This is an install. Helm install. The file is here. What is this?
That's the chart.
OCI.
Helm charts are a thing, right?
Yeah. So I'm just curious if that's another file.
Mm.
Great.
With a Helm chart hosted by WASM Cloud.
Mm-hmm. The values install. Yeah, I guess I'm not familiar with what this is looking for. So let's do Helm install. What's the second expected parameter? File. Is it expecting that to live locally? Oh, that's the values. And then the actual, then the name, and then directory to where the charts are.
Okay. I don't know what values are, but WATM values.
Yeah, so the values are just, so Helm allows you to take the parameters, like essentially the parameters for the deployment out into a values file. And those are the things that you would change, like version 1, version 2, this particular setting, that particular setting. Those are all stored in values. Right. And then it's saying pass in the charts. Like, okay, well, here are the values. Where do you want me to put the values? So that would be in the charts, replacing them. There's a bunch of if statements. So like if this value is provided, replace it with this one, so to speak.
You know what would be a good task for this?
What's that?
Pull down the OCI image, unpack it locally.
Well, that's OCI. I don't know why it needs that. That's odd to me, nomenclature.
It might just need that just looks like a URL prefix.
Yeah.
Where it says like please use the OCI protocol, which is a network protocol.
Okay. Should I be able to like curl that?
No, but the other one, what's that tool called to work with OCI images locally?
ORAS.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have that? I do. Oh, wasn't it copy? We've done this before.
Yeah, it is copy. It is copy.
CP is the alias. And then wasn't there like two? Yeah, from OCI layout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dash from OCI layout. Like that.
Uh-huh. And then output.
Output. We could just do dot.
No,
Well, we
no,
want
no.
a directory, don't we?
Directory, always. Oh, I don't think you need to make there.
Oh, will it make it for me?
Probably.
Let's find out.
They tend to.
Best.
Mm-hmm.
Invalid. Missing registry.
Oh, it probably doesn't like the prefix. The OCI : / Yeah.
Oh, no, I need test. Invalid registry. I'm moving them around.
Maybe HTTP prefix? HTTPS?
No, that should be fine, right?
Okay.
Do we have examples? Oh, it needs. Yeah. Like that. That's the registry.
Oh yeah, you're right. The way I did it on the previous one was ORAS copy the thing,
Okay.
then the flag, and then the directory.
Okay. So let's. I doubt it's going to like this format because I think it has to be like this. Does that look right?
No, that's not what I did. It's slashes all the way through.
Oh, it's all slashes?
Uh-huh.
Like that?
I hope I got it right.
Dash from OCI layout.
Yep, and it resolves luckily.
Test is an invalid reference repository. Repository slash. Oh, I need a tag.
Latest?
That's strange. Can we browse to that on their GitHub?
Yeah, should be able to if it's publicly accessible. Okay.
Packages.
I see a WADM on there.
Charts.
Oh, charts WADM. Yeah.
So this is
024.
what we need.
It's a to OCI layout, not from OCI
Oh,
layout.
my bad. To OCI. And then directory.
Yes.
Failed to
Denied.
resolve. Denied. Interesting. Can we just run the docker pull command? Docker cannot. What? Oh my gosh. You kidding me? The daemon isn't started.
Why is it denied though?
It's because my daemon, Docker daemon, is not started.
No. I mean, but like ORAS doesn't run the daemon, does it?
It's probably using the Docker commands underneath the hood, unless specified otherwise.
Actually, I
think. Because watch.
No, really?
No, still get it. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's not that.
It's like a authentication issue, which means credentials. Did you rotate your creds or something?
No. Do I need to authenticate? So here's a good question.
Uh-huh.
With these, I wonder if we can tell if they're public.
They're public because you're like viewing them publicly.
Right. But so for GHCR, I know it's public, but do you still need to be logged in to GHCR? Like as a user? So like that anybody can, like you got to be a GitHub user to pull.
That's not the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking is, if you have, for any chance, rotated your credentials and you're trying to log in with invalid credentials, not no credentials, but rotated credentials, will that reject you? Because now it's saying like, hey, I've got these credentials over here and I want to do something, and GitHub could just be like, well, this is publicly accessible, but you're giving me these credentials that are like invalid, so no on principle. So we can A/B test this if I try and like pull this on my local machine here, which hold on, I need to move some stuff around. Make their scratch scratch. Okay, and then we have the command is ORAS cop. I was just copying it over. Can you pull it back up? Thank you.
There you go.
GHCHCR.io/WASM cloud/charts/WADM 02.4 -2 OCI layout WADM. Yep, works.
Weird. I just logged out of Docker, so I wonder how I can clear my credentials.
No, that should do it. Like I think it just points at the same credentials on disk.
Yeah, but let me pull. Denied.
Oh, that's so fun.
See, I did log out, removing credentials.
Okay, ORAS log out. GHCR. .io probably.
Docker still.
Yeah, that did it.
What? Why did I need to do it for Docker and ORAS? Okay. Anyway,
it might just copy the credentials when you log in or something.
Yeah. I wonder if it should share it. Maybe it locked it or something. Okay. Anyway, that's what it was. So if you have an invalid login, even though it's public, it'll give you issues.
Right. Yep. I like that we diagnosed this, which was like, hey, hold on, there's a third state, like publicly accessible with invalid credentials that are getting bounced for some reason.
It's weird.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Okay,
I haven't spotted that one.
WADM now. Now we're good.
All right.
Let's make sure that the deployment was successful, and now we deploy the operator.
Okay.
Operator deployed.
Just
verify it. Get all the services. They're good. Create a host.
Okay.
Describe it. Okay.
Looks
the nats.
like it exists.
Oh, bookmark this command. Log file.
No resources found. Is that
in
bad?
The default namespace.
Are we in the right name? I don't know what the namespace is.
It's just a way to separate. So if you could create resources in default, which is the normal one, or you could create your own new namespace. It's like Ratify and Gatekeeper live in their own namespace. Just a way to group resources.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So that gave us nothing.
Yeah. So if we describe though, WASM Cloud describe. So that should be in the default though. So if we do, what is that? WASM Cloud config. if we do a get, it'll tell us this. And if we do JSON, it should have a namespace. If it doesn't, then it means it's in default.
Okay.
Which it should
namespace default. Yep.
Okay, so why doesn't this one work? Instance. Is the name different? Here, let's look. So logs, if the labels, we're looking for a label of app Kubernetes IO. And this is still looking for the WASM host. So let's make sure that that label exists. So if we were to look up annotations, where's labels at? I don't see any labels. My WASM cloud cluster.
Just got a fun fact from Bailey. Apparently, the tech writer was a former English professor, the person who wrote the docs.
Oh,
yeah.
Fun fact.
Yep.
Label. Shouldn't I see a label? My brain's starting to slow down, but I think I should see a label, like a metadata block with a label with this, because that's what it's searching for. But we could do, I wonder, okay, get deployments. This is how I typically get logs. And this, so I would do like k get deployments / that. And then now I can do logs. Ta-da! So it's there. I think.
Whoa.
I think they're not putting a label on it anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's just saying like, hey, it doesn't exist with this. Nothing exists with this label. Where you could just instead get the logs from the deployments instead of worrying about the label. So like a label would be super useful. Like, oh, you've got an ingress, you've got a service, you've got a pod. You could use a label to get all the resources that are, making up an application through that way.
Okay.
So here's how we deploy a workflow. So this is the WASM Cloud application manifest. The cluster will automatically provision the component workload with WASM Cloud. The below is a hello world application. This is cool. So this is the merger of Kubernetes and the WADM file. And we should be able to deploy our buggy image from GHCR.
All right.
For WASI Clippy. Because these are just all annotations.
Remind me, what is Jetstream again? Do we know that?
I don't know that. Jetstream. Where do you see?
Oh,
what this is.
Really big letters. Yeah.
That. I don't know. Starting Jetstream. Is that a NATS thing?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about NATS.
It's not Jetstream.
Is that the company?
It's a built-in persistence engine called Jetstream, which enables messages to be stored and replayed at a later time. So it's like Apache Kafka, but its own thing.
Okay.
I think.
So we'll clear that. For now, we'll just deploy their sample, and we can update it. So this would be hello WASM Cloud YAML.
Yay.
Make sure I put it in the right place. Yep. So K apply -F. Oh, you don't even need to save it locally. You can just do that. But since I saved it locally, I might as well try, right? Hello. Why is it Clippy? Created. So K get pods. Does it honor that as well? Yep. Creating container. Well, no, that's the other one. That's the host. What did it name it? Hello world?
And we have a bunch of NATS instances as well.
That's the spin one.
Okay.
So it might not be a pod. Get application. There it is.
Whoa. Wait, what's the difference between a pod and an app?
That's a good question. Okay, describe. I probably need to. So an application is a new type of resource that they define probably in their CRD.
Oh, defined by WASM Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a default one. Okay. Kubernetes. Spell check will get me. I don't think that's a default one. Let's find out. Get application. I don't see.
Okay.
Where's this? I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
Maybe they'll explain in the WASM Cloud.
Yeah, maybe. So get services, that's definitely one. And we see our, which we see here, was it wanting us the hello world?
It's funny that we have pods, services, and applications, which are all very similar words.
I'm not seeing
Was he Clippy?
the services.
What are we expecting? Hello world, which is not there.
Right.
Kubernetes, which is Nats, yes, Nats headless, and WASM Cloud host.
Yep, and then these are our previously deployed. Maybe because it's using the same port. Or is this still doing? No, it's still doing 8080.
Shouldn't that be failing then?
Oh, I wonder if that was a partial config. So if we look at the URL, because I don't see a service defined in the manifest.
Oh.
So let's take a look at this.
Oh, that looks like what we've been deploying so far.
Interesting.
Oh, kind application.
Yep.
Is that what's in WADM.yaml?
Let's find out. Yeah.
Kind application. There we go.
Service though. Let's maybe I missed something here.
WADM WebAssembly application deployment manifest. I don't know what it is.
Manifest, yeah.
Yeah.
Present the component workload. Component. HTTP server. When you run a WASM Cloud application that uses the HTTP server provider with a daemon scaler, as this one does, the operator automatically creates a service, for the Kubernetes application. That I don't see.
By the way, I answered what this is. Go to oam.dev to figure out what the application thing is.
That?
Yep.
Okay.
There. What they're saying in the WASM Cloud docs for applications is applications are the primary abstraction for deployable workloads in WASM Cloud. Applications are a declared version and defined using application manifests, which adhere to this standard right here.
Okay.
So they're saying like we're using this standard as a format for our WADM things.
Okay. How does it know? Let's go back. How does it know? So there's the API version, and it's saying that's of this type. So it is native to Kubernetes. It's not custom to WASM Cloud. They're just using that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it is native to Kubernetes. It may not be. It may just be like everything. Like, so cloud native is very dispersed, right? It may just be that some are like, hey, we should define what the app is.
I'll have some Kubernetes learning to do on that, because I've always dealt with pods and stuff.
But at least we now know it's like it's not completely made up by WASM Cloud.
Right.
There's an existing thing that they're building on.
So we should be seeing, because we are, back to the service issue that uses HP server provider, which is this.
Okay.
Well, if we go back, let's look at this to be more specific.
Uh-huh.
This is an HTTP server.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be automatically creating a Kubernetes service for us for the application, but I'm not seeing it.
Is there any way to look at the logs? Because I would expect a deployment failure or something like that.
I assume they would be here.
So that's the actual host itself.
This is the WASM Cloud host.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our equivalent of the terminal that we had up with wash up
Mm-hmm.
and then the logs, that's what this would be, I think. But if we look, okay, get pods, there is a WADM pod. So let's look at that.
Okay.
Describe pod this. It's running, so let's do logs. Or is it K logs? That. Creating API subscriber. That's all the WADM pod says.
But that is the WADM pod the same as the actual application? Is the question.
Let's see, K get application. K, maybe logs.
Because the application says it exists, right? It's deployed.
Logs nginx from a pod. I wonder if it will do no pod.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get log set. So what if we describe?
Address 8080. Events none. Status deployed.
Mm-hmm.
So is it just reachable, and can we expose it and curl it?
Well, that's what the service would do, right? So the service would give you, but we can try. Let's see. Well, this would be on the Kubernetes pod.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to run into the ingress issues we did before without port forwarding. So if let's just move on to testing, because that's what this is going to do.
Forward it. Yeah.
Host pod. Okay.
Because we already ran into a difference where the label didn't show up, right? Maybe this is like another thing where it no longer shows up there either.
We got the host pod. So we do get pods. That's that. And they just use some fancy JSON path stuff and labeling to do it. So we can forward the port.
Okay.
And then we should be able to curl. So
hello from
it does work.
Go.
So I wonder where the service is, though. Get services.
It may just not be a service.
It says it's supposed to create a service, though.
Yeah, but it also said it was supposed to create the label, and it doesn't.
Okay.
Like I understand that if you have a neat notion of what application is, that you may want to separate that from the backing infrastructure, which these things seem to be more like that, right?
Yeah, I would expect it to have a service, though, so it would tell me how I'm going to interact with it, like what port I'm going to interact with the application on.
But if you say get applications, doesn't it also tell you that? Well, not really. Okay. Fine. Fair.
It would be defined in here.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, I need to be more familiar with the application
Yeah.
Kubernetes concept. Port forward. It's probably using the NATs. Manage applications with Wash app list. Okay.
Oh, interesting. This OAM stuff. They say like, what if rather than making a Kubernetes specific thing, we had a abstract manifest that allows you to not just deploy to Kubernetes, but also like to IoT or like, like bare metal servers, because you get to describe your resources more in the abstract. So it's like above it even.
An abstract of the declarative Kubernetes stuff.
Well, Kubernetes manifests are specific to Kubernetes, right? Even though they're, you can do any plugin inside of it. But it's like, what if, because like WASM Cloud is not Kubernetes specific, but it can be part of it optionally.
Yeah, it can be deployed to it.
Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that they wouldn't like tie themselves entirely to Kubernetes.
Interesting. So a question for Bailey or whomever would be like, how is the networking without the service resource? How is the application handling the networking?
I imagine NATS plays a role.
Yeah. But where's that magic?
Great
That's my question. Like, how is it knowing that?
Because what we're saying is like internally there's port 8080 being listened on, right? Within the cluster.
Yep. So I'm just curious, like what on the cluster is, it's most likely. So let's just look.
Okay.
Let's look at the logs here. No logs?
Well, there's also NAT 0, 1, and 2.
Yeah. Let's find out. I bet there's a deployment for it. And that'll get me all the logs. Snatsbox.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Okay. Successfully pulled, started. There's got to be logs somewhere. Gotta find the logs. Interesting. Yeah, that would be my question. Okay. I think we're a little. Oh, we're at 90 minutes. Look at us go. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's probably a good stopping point.
Yeah,
we've got some good questions to answer for next time.
So what's without actually going through it, like what's what's remaining in this tutorial?
For us, remaining would be once I guess we don't really like super need to fix it because it'll still deploy, but making sure the data passes into the WASI Clippy. But using basically updating, if we exit this, creating one of these for our application, which would just be pointing this to a different image and deploying it.
Okay. Or locally as well, right? That should also just work. Yeah.
Yep. But then, I guess so now we're kind of like day 2 operations with like, how does this all, this would be a good one. Like maybe I'm having issues with the ports. Like where do I go to look for the logs? Yeah, that would be more my questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The other thing that would be fun is, oh no, actually we just did that. Line 12, right? We just pointed to an existing GHCR registry, and that component right there deploys, and we built it using Cargo component, which means they're happy to run it. Like that just works.
Yeah, we've kind of proved that, where you can take, as long as you've had you were able to put the OCI, the WASM component somewhere in an OCI compliant registry.
Yeah,
a lot of these tools will just kind of honor that.
It'll be fun to like compare. Maybe next time we can also sit down and compare like the difference. What's the other thing called?
Spin.
Yeah. Because we kind of glossed over it, but like line 12 proves that, hey, just works. That we kind of ran into problems there with SpinCube.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we needed more special configuration for it to run.
Not just that, we because we're pointing at existing like standards compliance WASI 02 like component,
Oh yeah.
where the other one it was still like their custom format and they don't yet support that.
True. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Cool.
Yep. Let's see if we can get someone from Cosmonic on here for next time. I'll
Okay.
ask. Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, should we mention that we're going to be on a little bit of a break?
Yeah.
For anybody
Starting
that cares watching.
when?
Starting when? Well, I think starting next week, right? We're going to take September
Is it?
off. I think is what we discussed.
Wait, September is next week. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right. Holy. I thought we had like one more week, which is why I was like, oh yeah, for next time we can. Yeah.
Well, at least I only miss a week. Like you're missing whole months, right?
Yeah.
Remember that. So yeah, we'll take you're doing some traveling. I'm taking some personal time off.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be back in October, which will be my birthday month. So
entire month for a birthday. I love it.
Yep. You'll have to guess what day. Yeah. So
is it the first?
It's not the first. It's not.
Is it the second?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What is that search?
Linear
Search. Yeah.
I believe so.
That's what you're applying. You didn't take the whole month, cut it in half, and guess 15.
Yeah.
Cut it in half.
Is it bigger or
too many all around the thing?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we'll wrap this up. We'll be back in about a month. We'll be back in October. We'll be diving more into the components. Maybe we'll dive back more into authoring, give WASI Clippy a facelift, so to speak, and then start deploying in these different ways. But I mean, I'm super thrilled that like this is all now making more sense to me. So the next thing that I would want to know for next month, we can record it here so I can remember what I was thinking in 30 days, which is good. How would we take and deploy multiple components like in a microservice-y way? Not even necessarily that they combine themselves, but they interact with one another. So like say WASI Clippy actually gets its request from some other component. Like how would we build this manifest to do that type of thing? But we can shelve that question for the future.
There's there's very interesting answers. This is a common thing. Like one of the pitches of like components is like, hey, if you put them together, you can link them together into a single, like, on the same machine. We don't even like need to cross the network because it can be direct component to component communication. I don't know how far people are with that, but I know some things work. Some things may work a little less well. The network version should always work. So it'll be interesting to like start there and then work our way. And maybe we can get them to like even link like directly.
Okay. I think that would be super awesome, but I'm also curious, like how could I take a component and integrate it with another app that's running in my cluster? That might send it if it's an HTTP server, like it might send it a request. It's a Go app or something that posts a message, right? Like how could we take some other external app and post to WASI Clippy and have them defined in the same deployment, so that way at least you get a feel for, hey, you can take this WebAssembly component and deploy it alongside your existing applications in the same manifest. They're just deployed with WASM Cloud or Spin as their resources, and like how well does that play, so to speak. That would be another thing to do. But I'm glad we got this recorded because I am definitely not going to remember in 30 days time.
I'll also make a note of it so we remember. But I love that. Yeah, let's get like some actual modeling going, component to component communication, component to existing applications communication.
And we might as well, I mean, for people that are watching, if you have questions, or like just like how would you, maybe you have questions and you don't have time to figure out the answers, let us be the guinea pig. Throw in like, I have this idea of like how I want to do a component and it's going to be deployed this way. Let us know and we can try and figure it out. No promises, but we can definitely try to figure it out.
We're good at trying. The trying part, the trying part is definitely something we've got down. The figuring it out part, questionable.
Oh,
But
we're working. We hack our way through it.
I
And
think
maybe we
so.
should take some. We'll do. Maybe we should do some random ones in September, just completely randomly about setting up Josh's shell environment for the shell history.
Yeah. First stream. If you don't have Adwin set up, then we're gonna do that.
It's we're gonna gatekeep an Adwin, I suppose.
Yep.
All right. That sounds
All
like a
right.
good place to stop the stream.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you in a little bit.
Yes.
Everybody.
See ya.